Cincinnati won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. Bowling Green set to receive, and we are underway. It's a touchback. We will see the Bowling Green offense first. They are quarterbacked by the seasoned veteran, Drew Pine. He started the opener. He has started a game at 4 different schools each of the last 4 seasons.
That's a quarterback that's played a lot of football. We were talking to offensive coordinator Travis Partridge. He says he wants Drew to come out here and just be more decisive. Be a bit more aggressive. He felt like in that first game he wasn't as aggressive. He wants him to cut it loose. Let the team know this is your team, right? You don't have to worry about a quarterback battle like you had at other schools. This is your team. Cut it loose and have fun.
Cameron Petaway gets the nod at tailback in the game's first carry. Stumbles ahead for a gain of a couple.
A gain of 2 on the ground.
Might be a personal foul penalty on the first play.
When Bowling Green has the football, Lige, your do's and don'ts.
Do's for the Bowling Green offense. Stay out of 3rd and long. The Bowling Green offense has to stay ahead of the chains because this Bearcat defense will stifle you in 3rd and long if you allow them to pin their ears back in obvious passing situations. And don't. For the Cincinnati defense, don't allow the quick pass game to be effective. Quarterback Drew Pine gets the ball in his hands quickly. The Falcons offense wants to matriculate the ball down the field. The Bearcats have to be tight with coverage and not allow this to happen.
Well, that penalty was called on Jaquan Sanks. A safety for the Bearcats. Started 7 games as a true freshman a season ago and started in the opener against Nebraska. Brings it out to the Bowling Green 42. Quick throw in the flat, weaving his way through traffic. It's reeled in by R.J. Garcia, who was hurt last year, transfer from Kansas State, a gain of 4.
And they want to get him the ball more. He's a guy that missed all of last season, but he's one of their better playmakers on the outside. I love the call by offensive coordinator Travis Partridge. Just get some easy throws for your quarterback, Drew Pine, to get him settled into this game.
Bowling Green coming off a Week 1 win over Lafayette. They were really good on defense. Held their opponent to less than 200 yards. Pine has picked up his first 2 completions, tackled immediately.
Jacob Harris.
Jeremiah Scobie on the receiving end. No gain, and it's 3rd down.
That's a nice job by number 0, Matthew McDoom, in zone coverage. He's the flat defender. He comes off, saws that outside leg to hold him to a 3rd and long.
Kadarius Roberts has entered at tailback. Pine hit 10 different receivers a week ago. 3rd down and 6 to gain.
Pressure.
Climbing the pocket, and he's buried.
Highlight number 11, Jack Golden for Cincinnati.
Jake Golday applied the pressure. It's a 1-yard sack, and it's 4th down.
Defensive coordinator Tyson Veit. That's the thing. If you're in 3rd and long, he's going to give you some of those exotic looks. Nice job by number 11 right there, Jack Golday. He was disguising on the outside like he had the slot receiver, timed it up, blitzed off the outside, was able to make Drew Pine step up in the pocket, and the rest of the Bearcats came and got a sack.
Bowling Green is exceptional on special teams. Cincinnati nearly blocks it. It's a deep boomer, sending the Cincinnati return man to signal for a fair catch at the 10-yard line. That's a 44-yard punt. The Cincinnati offense. Sorsby struggled throwing the football against Nebraska in the opener. He led the team in rushing and had nearly 100 yards. What's the scout on the veteran?
Yeah, he has to be a little bit more decisive throwing the football. We were talking to his coach, Coach Satterfield, the head coach, who also calls the plays. And he was saying he just wants Brendan Sorsby to take what the defense is giving him. Too many times in that second half versus Nebraska, James, he was hesitant. Guys were open, he would look at him, and he wouldn't release the football. Also dealt with some drops from his receiver. So I know they want to get him in a rhythm early in this game.
Evan Pryor starts this game at tailback. He's the home run hitter. A jump cut. He has wiggle. A gain of 5 on 1st down. Cincinnati is coached by Scott Satterfield. They went 5-7 last year and 3-6 in the Big 12, improving from their 3-9 mark 2 seasons ago. They had 4 losses last year by less than a touchdown.
And James, he's felt like this is the most talented team he's had since he's been here at Cincinnati. He feels like, we talked about it, a lot of those close losses could have really turned the tide for them. They could have been a bowl team last year.
Some window dressing. Sorsby scanning.
Sorsby on the quarterback
Picks
scramble.
up 3 with his legs, making it a manageable 3rd down. Brought down by Dorian Pringle, who's the top dog on that Bowling Green defense.
And that's a chess match, right? Because Brandon Sorsby is a very athletic quarterback, but Dorian Pringle is a very athletic linebacker. I mean, 4 tackles for loss last week versus Lafayette. I guarantee they're going to be spying with him most of this game. So right there, did a really good job holding Sorsby before getting a first down.
3rd and 3 underneath on the screen. Bowling Green sniffs it out.
Was complete to Caleb Goody.
Pringle on the tackle. It's a gain of just a yard. Caleb Goody on the receiving end.
And James, this is a tough tackle in space. Number 3, Dorian Pringle. We were just talking about him. Look how he, in space, is able to get this receiver down. That's an angle tackle by a linebacker. He was actually out-leveraged. He had to reach back and get that tackle to get that Falcons defense off the field.
Number 5, Brennan Ridley.
Bowling Green telling us that Dorian Pringle is the dude on defense, his 2nd year in the program. Max Fletcher on to blast it away on 4th down. It's a 3 and out for the Bearcats. Takes a Bowling Green bounce, and they down it around the 30-yard line. Nearly 4 minutes in, that's a 50-yard punt. No score from Nippert Stadium here in Cincy.
Fletcher's kick covered 50 yards with no return.
Hey, Mark, I just want to touch base. Do you know when we want to do this punch yet?
On the audio side.
All right, Bearcats fans, it is time to meet our lucky draw presented by Hot
I was talking through the spare. That's why. Because the color analyst one, I can't hear you, bro. No.
But I was hearing you on talkback.
Oh wow. Well, I didn't know. I just grabbed it. That's the one I had been using the whole time.
Hey, it looks like section 2.
Yeah, I'm staying on the spare because I can't hear James.
Presented by Hot Burritos. Let's give it up to our winners, guys. We love that.
So were we good on the intro or no?
You. Okay. All right, coming back with the crowd. Lige, you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you now. But I was hearing you on talkback. I can hear when you're talking to them on talkback.
Really, I didn't hear anybody, and that's why I was hitting it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't hear James in that, right? That's what I'm saying. I can't hear him.
1 minute back.
Well, we're good. Everybody can hear everybody.
Bowling Green has the football. And we are going to come back with some love for Nippert Stadium.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the south end zone as we welcome back your 2025 University of Cincinnati baseball team. Led by head coach Jordan Bichel, this team reeled off its 2nd consecutive 30-win season and notched 6 victories over ranked opponents as they punched their ticket to the 2025 NCAA tournament.
It's the season opener for Cincinnati here at home. It's their home opener, but this one means a lot to the Bowling Green fans who have made the trip about 2.5 hours due south here to Cincy for this Battle of Ohio between Cincinnati and Bowling Green.
Yeah, Bowling Green's only about 2.5 hours from Cincinnati. So as you look at the crowd, you see specks of orange throughout the whole crowd. So it's a nice contingency of Bowling Green fans that made the trip.
1st and 10 for their second drive at the Falcons' 31-yard line.
1st and 10 for Bowling Green from its 31-yard line. Petaway in the backfield with the veteran quarterback Drew Pine. Was injured most of last season, and some real estate for Petaway.
Number 26, Cameron Petaway.
Venturing into Bearcat territory, showing off his speed.
Nice patience by Cameron Petaway, but look to the right, number 89, getting after it. That's tight end Blair Cleaver. If you're the corner, you have outside contain. He caves that corner down, and with the speed that Petaway has, he gets to the outside and gets an explosive run.
And they think he's a breakout back, just a redshirt freshman. Had the 98-yard kick return to the house last week in the opener. They swing it out to Roberts, and he is chopped down. A loss of 6.
The number 0, Kadarius Roberts.
Taden Barnes making the tackle.
Number 10, Taden Barnes made the tackle.
That's a nice job also by number 11, Jake Golday. He triggers on his screenplay, forces the ball to bubble. That's a nice tackle by Taden Barnes right there in the alley.
16 at the 45.
Second down and 16 for Bowling Green. The Bowling Green quarterback Drew Pine started one game last year at Missouri before he was knocked out the rest of the season with an injury. Wings it to the outside. Garcia making guys miss.
Number 2, R.J. Garcia made the reception.
A gain of about 10 to make it a much more manageable third down.
And Drew Pine is already in a better rhythm this game, James. That's an RPO, right? He sees the corners off. It's actually a called run play, but because the corner is off, he's like, let me get it to my playmaker on the outside, R.J. Garcia. He makes a few defenders miss and gets some positive yards.
Garcia has already matched his season debut with those 2 catches in this first quarter. He had 2 last week.
Last third down, defensive coordinator Tyson Veit decided to bring pressure. It's like a 3-man front. Only a 4-man rush.
Screenplay underneath. Roberts is bottled up. A loss of a yard. Jonathan Thompson is all over it.
I mean, and he continuing the ball like he did last week. This is a screenplay. If he doesn't make this play, this is potentially an explosive play, but he fights over that, under that guard, slips the block, and gets that tackle to help his defense get off the field on third down. But great play right there by Jonathan Thompson, because that had the potential to be an explosive play.
4th and 7 from the 36, and Bowling Green will bring out Jackson Cleather, the MAC Special Teams Player of the Week. His career long is 56. This is from about 54. Laces are spun. He pushed it. No good. Midway through the first, no score here in Cincinnati.
With 8 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Again, we go back to that tackle by Jonathan Thompson. That was a big-time tackle out in space, because you hold Bowling Green to a long field goal right there. But right there, Cleather isn't able to come and put enough foot on the ball to get that 3 points for Bowling Green.
If you have a question, need assistance, or simply want finding your way around the stadium, be sure to stop by one of our new guest service booths for quick, friendly support.
Oh, nobody's talking to me. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, you can't hear Mark.
Northwest Concourse near Main Street, or on the east side of Nippert Stadium, up on the Lindner Center Plaza.
All right,
And Bearcat fans, if you run into any other issues on game day, be sure to text our helpline at 513-450-8556 to receive immediate assistance. We're here to help make your game day experience the best it can be. Go Bearcats!
What? No, I do not hear you. No, I don't.
Bearcats Nation, please join President Neville Pinto in recognizing a very special group of students. UC's Gen 1 students are the first in their families to pursue a 4-year college degree. These scholarship recipients live together in UC's Impact House, a living and learning community focused specifically on their unique successes. In 2025, this program has grown to 180 students, including 70 first-year students, many of whom have joined us on the field today. These students represent UC's Gen 1 program and include Chowdhury Scholars and Project Connect Scholars. Let's hear it one more time for these inspiring Bearcats.
Bearcats video board, it's time to turn up the cuteness meter. We have our Chick-fil-A Little Nugget Fam. I'm down here with Stella and her friends, our Little Nugget of the game. Of course, we're sending them away with a Chick-fil-A cow plushie. Bearcats fans, this is your chance. If you want to be on the video board, wave your hands and...
A viral sensation, and he's a cat Lige. He's not jumping around all nimbly-bimbly from tree to tree. No, this is a cat that never misses a nap assignment. He's a cat that has become Bowling Green's unofficial mascot. He is the man.
The Bearcats will start 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 36.
It's been a huge morale booster. Cincinnati back to the drawing board. They completed. Jeff Caldwell, who the coach has told us we have to get him more involved and get him more looks in this offense.
The official signal, 1st down.
It's a gain of 10, good for a 1st down.
Jalen McClendon made the stop, the pickup of 12. It's 1st and 10 at the 48.
Bearcats from their 48-yard line. Tawi Walker gets a look. Walker probing, trying to pinball his way to the boundary. That's a hard-earned gain of 8 yards. All right, Lige, when Cincinnati has the rock, your do's and don'ts.
It'll be 2nd and 2 in Falcons territory at the 44.
Play fake. Sorsby taking a shot. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
44-yard strike from Sorsby to Cyrus Allen.
44 yards to Cyrus Allen. Bearcats are on the board. It's 6-0 Cincinnati here at home.
And James, that's the guy they really want to get involved with the football. Right there, you get a switch release. Your one-on-one is a slot fade. He dropped this pass versus Nebraska last week, but that time Allen gets to pay dirt. Nice, accurate throw by Brandon Sorsby for that touchdown.
The point after is true. Cincinnati's longest pass play a week ago against Nebraska was just 14 yards. That was a 44-yard drop in the bucket.
A nice play call by Scott Satterfield because that's a man beater. You get that switch released right now, the defense is out leveraged the DB, and with Cyrus Allen's speed, he's able to get on top of that corner. And again, a nice accurate throw by Brandon Sorsby for a touchdown.
What can that do for a quarterback's confidence?
It's massive, right? We talked about it in the open, James. He really struggled throwing the football last week. I talked about how hesitant he was in the second half. He seems just like he's way more comfortable throwing the ball, letting it go down the field. He had 2 of those exact passes to Cyrus Allen last week, and Allen dropped it. But that lets you know the quarterback still has a lot of faith in his speedy receiver because he went back to him early in this game.
And the coaches said when we met with him yesterday that they were not going to shy away from getting the ball to Cyrus Allen.
Because he's so dynamic with the ball in his hand. And we even saw that in the second half of the Nebraska game. Big time catch on 4th and 7 on his speed out. He's a guy that can set up in zone coverage and take a 5-yard hitch, 15, 16, 17 yards.
Ensuing kick. Stays in bounds. This is trouble for Bowling Green, and they are smacked back at the 11. Just 5 yards on the return.
Not sure if that was by design, but that was a dangerous ball, right? Because it looked like the ball was about to go out of bounds and Cameron Petaway was judging it. And then the ball curved back left. So I think he just got off on the toe of the football. And look, see how it curves back right? Like you said, James, that's a live ball. Ends up being a really good kick. Nice coverage by the kickoff team, by the Bearcats.
Looked like a 7-iron from Cincinnati's kickoff specialist. Bowling Green's offense from the shadows of their own end zone. Some misdirection. Pulling through arm tackles. 1st down run, a gain of 11. Cameron Petaway has been fantastic to start this game.
He's shifty, man. Took the opening kickoff last week versus Lafayette. 98 yards to the house. And you talked about it, James. A lot of eye candy, right? You bring the back across, want to buy the eyes of the linebacker. And then Petaway, he runs extremely hard. You're not going to arm tackle him. With that speed, he breaks those arm tackles and gets an explosive 1st down run.
The Bowling Green coaches said we want to be a complex-looking offense with simple plays. A lot of different sets and formations. Petaway, they throw a blanket on them after a gain of 5.
Over the left side.
Yeah, they're a downhill running team with a lot of G scheme. And when I say G scheme, guard pull. And you saw it right there on that play. Counter play to the open side. Petaway is running with purpose right now. I would continue to feed him as the game goes on.
At the Falcons 28.
From Farmington Hills, Michigan. He was first team All-State 2 years ago in high school. 2nd down and 5. Pressure up the middle. Pine gets rid of it. Low throw, and it's ruled incomplete.
Was incomplete.
Wanted Allen Middleton. Sets up 3rd down and 5 for the Falcons.
Yeah, just doing a really good job. Bootleg to the right, run action to the left zone. Just a quick throw to the outside. That pressure came off the edge, which Trupine wasn't actually able to throw, step all the way into that throw. Ends up being an incomplete pass.
Kadarius Roberts has entered at tailback. Big down for the Bowling Green offensive line. Cincinnati loves to blitz on 3rd down. The offensive line, the strength of the Falcons. They have a lot of experience from last year's team. Twist up front in the hole. It's complete. They move the chains. Jyron Johnson, who has caught a pass now in 35 straight games from his tight end position.
Yeah, the active number 2 leader in all of college football with straight games with a reception. Does a nice job finding the void in zone coverage. And Trupine, again, being decisive, getting the ball out of his hands before that Bearcats rush could get to him.
And they love their tight end room, so they have 6 or 7 guys that are good enough to start. On 1st down, play fake. They check it down to the running back. It's through his hands and incomplete. It was a forward pass intended for Roberts.
In the flat, number 0.
Right there, he had an opportunity for a big play. RJ Garcia from left to right is coming on a post route. And I thought he was going to look off the check down and go to him, but he wants to get the ball out of his hands, so I understand it. But I guarantee as he gets more comfortable in this game, he'll look that off and maybe take that shot down the field to RJ Garcia.
Pine has started 6 for 8 passing, but just 17 yards. On 2nd down, they run it. Roberts, who has 4.4 lightning speed, quickly gets to the edge. He's close to the marker. A gain of at least 9.
9 on the ground.
It's a nice job blocking on the outside. Again, misdirection. You're going to see it to the left of your screen. Number 6 is going to come in. Reese Stocksdale does a really good job blocking for his running back. I had a coach tell me, if you're a receiver and you want the ball, you better block downfield. So Reese Stockdale does a nice job blocking for his running back, Kadarius Roberts, right there.
That's a big part of the Eddie George coaching philosophy. Everybody blocks. 3rd and 1. Petaway tripped up. I don't think he got it. No gain on the carry. It's 4th down.
And it was the Godfather in the middle of that defense. We talked about it in the open. It's hard to block this guy in the run game. He does a nice job getting penetration in the backfield, holding that gain short of the 1st down.
Eddie George will trot out the punting unit, but if you're coaching on that sideline, do you consider going for it?
Yeah, they still might fake it right here, James, but yeah, I would maybe. The only thing is, you're on your side of the 50, right? Sure. And we just saw the Cincinnati Bearcat offense score a quick touchdown. So I think right here, Eddie George just wants to play the field position game because his defense actually has played well except for that explosive pass they gave up.
More and more coaches are going for it on 4th down in today's era of college football, but Bowling Green punts it away. 42-yard punt, 3-yard return. Cincy by a touchdown.
Counting down. So that's the thing. Sam's counting down. I can't.
Okay. Are you hearing Mark? Are you hearing Mark at all?
No.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's like this one you can't hear me, right. And in this one I can't hear the producer.
I would say just follow my lead.
Yeah.
He'll count you down.
Correct.
And we'll get through it.
Yeah, that's why I talked that one time because I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Jack L. Davis, a professor of Greek archaeology at the University of Cincinnati, has spent his career leading world-famous excavations in Greece and Albania, uncovering history that has shaped our understanding of the ancient world. Presenting the award to Professor Davis is UC's faculty athletics representative, Dr. Brian Hatch, and our provost, Dr. John Widener. Bearcats, let's hear it for Professor Jack L. Davis, the Big 12 recipient of the Faculty of the Year Award.
Eddie George timeline.
I hear him now.
Financial Group and your Cincinnati Bearcats.
I hear him during the break. I just can't hear him during the game.
For every Bearcats tackled, Western and Southern will make a donation to the UC Cancer Center. In their tireless quest for a cure for cancer.
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Southern,
But when we're in game action, I can't hear you.
The University of Cincinnati are helping lead us to victory over this hated, longtime rival. Let's work together to crush cancer and continue to make Cincinnati the best place to live, to work, and to enjoy our lives.
Okay, perfect. So you heard that, right, James?
Eddie George timeline.
Then do.
To honor the military,
Then do's and don'ts
UC
immediately.
Athletics and Ford would like to recognize a hometown hero. Ford is honored to serve those who serve us. Welcome home.
Well, Bowling Green head coach Eddie George is an absolute legend in this state. From his playing days at Ohio State, the 1995 Heisman Trophy winner, he was a 4-time Pro Bowler in the NFL, inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2011. Named the head coach at Bowling Green back in March after a 24-22 record where his teams got better each year at Tennessee State.
I mean, he was the original Derrick Henry in the NFL, a big running back that once got into the open space could leave you in his dust, but also a very physical runner.
Number 6, Evan Pryor took the handoff
Evan
over the
Pryor's
right side
the tailback,
to the
picks up 2.
16-yard line, a pickup of 2 on the ground.
So when Cincinnati has the football, Ligier, your do's and don'ts.
Get Brandon Sorsby in a passing rhythm early, and they kind of already did that. You saw the touchdown pass to Cyrus Allen. He really struggled throwing the ball last week. His pass catchers and him were not on the same page. So get him in a rhythm early, and don't, for the Bowling Green defense, don't allow Brandon Sorsby mobility to be a factor. Sorsby led Cincinnati in rushing yards last week and made big-time scrambles in the second half versus Nebraska. They got to funnel him and keep him in the pocket.
Number 10.
Sorsby tosses his first incompletion intended for Caleb Goody. Tremendous effort, almost brought it in.
Yeah, he had it attached to his helmet, but when he rolled over, tip of the ball hit the ground, but that's a nice effort from Goody.
3rd down and 8 for the Bearcats.
Right now you see number 3 in the middle, Dorian Pringle.
There's a penalty marker on the play.
DeAndre Buford, the right tackle, a returning starter. False start, 3rd and 8 becomes 3rd down and very long, 3rd and 13.
At the 11-yard line.
Yeah, if you're Brendan Sorsby, you just got to be careful with the ball here, right? You're backed up, don't want to put the ball in harm's way.
They hand it off. Pryor looking for a lane.
Number 6, Evan Pryor was the ball carrier.
It'll be 4th down after a gain of 5. Fans didn't like the play call. Cincinnati will punt it away.
And to me, that's Coach Satterfield relying on his defense. He knows he has a really good defense. They've come up with multiple stops already in this game. And I talked about it, James, before that. 3rd and 13, if you're the quarterback, you got to be smart with the football. You're backed up. The last thing you want to do is throw an interception and give Bowling Green a short field.
For the Bearcats.
Max Fletcher on to blast it away for his 2nd punt. Brendan Ridley back deep. It's returnable. Ridley tripped up.
Number 5, Brendan Ridley.
The Cincinnati Gunners have been phenomenal. McDoom makes the tackle.
Matthew McDoom.
And he's actually their starting corner on defense. So it's always great when you see starting players on special teams because they call it special teams for a reason. It's special. He does a nice job at the bottom of your screen, beating that block and then taking the shot. We always say that in special teams meeting. When you're on kickoff and you're on punt, take your shot. Do not be timid. McDoom takes his shot, gets a big-time open field tackle.
New running back in for the Falcons. Nakia Makri is checked in. Saw action late in the game against Lafayette a week ago. Gets the tote. Forward progress for a gain of 3. It's second down and 7. We started off the top with the Cincinnati defense. Schematically, what do they look like?
It's a 3-3-5 defense. If you know anything about defensive coordinator Tyson Vite, he came from Iowa State. Coach Campbell made that 3-3-5 defense famous now. They do a lot of simple things, but they make it look hard, right? So they give a hard picture to the quarterback because he moves those linebackers around. Sometimes it's a 3 down front, then other times you'll see a 5 down front. So he constantly changes the picture for the quarterback.
Pine almost intercepted.
Pass was incomplete. Broken up by
Trayvon Gola-Collard on the coverage. In and out of his hands, it's incomplete, and Bowling Green lives to see another down.
And that's miscommunication between the receiver and the quarterback. He was thinking because that corner had inside leverage, he was going to run a stop route and come back to the football. So Drew Pine lets it go right there. Gola-Collard does a good job being the buzz defender and almost comes away with an interception.
Markel Porter's in the game for the first time, sidecar right of Pine. Bowling Green's 1 for 4 in this first quarter on third downs. They run it. Nowhere to go. Well short of the marker, it's a gain of 4.
With the handoff,
the Cincinnati defense forced 0 3-and-outs against Nebraska last week. We've already seen a couple here in this game.
And that goes back to what we saw earlier on 3rd and 13, right, James? I was talking about Coach Satterfield not wanting to put the ball in harm's way. He has a lot of faith and trust in his defense, and they pay dividends, right? They go 3 and out, and they get the ball right back to their offense.
Manny Covey back deep for the Bearcats, hovering around the 30.
Number 29, Manny Covey.
Cincinnati leading by a touchdown here in the late stages of this opening session. Fair caught at the 34.
Fair catch for the Bearcats.
42-yard punt. We'll see the Cincinnati offense.
37 yards
and center Gavin Gerhardt is really the quarterback of that group up front, a 6th-year senior. He's been a staple, an anchor for that Cincinnati offensive line.
He's also a legacy, right? His mom and grandma went to Cincinnati. So I asked him when we were in the meeting, like, what do you love about this place? He was like, I love everything. First of all, I'm a big family-oriented guy. I'm only about an hour and a half away, so my family gets to come see me constantly. And then he just loves everything that Coach Satterfield has brought to Cincinnati. He stayed through 2 coaching regimes, which lets you know he really has love for this university.
Over the right side.
Tawi Walker picks up 2.
Dorian Pringle led the way.
3-time captain, making his 38th career start, one of just 4 players in Cincinnati history to be a 3-time captain. As an NFL caliber IQ, vocal leader, just a great kid. Met with him yesterday. Play fake, Sorsby feels the heat. Incomplete on the boundary.
Out of bounds, intended for Cyrus Allen,
Wanted Cyrus Allen, who caught the 44-yard touchdown bomb. He was pressured by Branch Haynes on the backside, the defensive tackle.
And that was a good thing that was high because, number one, Keon Washington, if this was an accurate throw, James, this might be going to the house from 6 because he does a nice job undercutting that out route. They always say with a quarterback, when you're throwing from the left hash outside the numbers, you can't be late with the football. Right there, Sorsby, it's a good thing he's high with it because looks like Keon Washington could have picked that off.
A player down for Bowling Green, MJ Cannon. One of their starting defensive backs, who's a transfer from Illinois State. Had over 50 tackles and a couple of picks a season ago at the FCS level.
Yeah, really active in that Week 1 win versus Lafayette. 7 tackles, a tackle for loss. He's the guy that plays the nickel for them. So in certain packages, he's almost like a Sam Backer. So he has to get involved in the run game. It's good to see him already walking to the sideline.
Bowling Green's defensive coordinator is Brandon Fisher, the son of longtime NFL head coach Jeff Fisher. Spent time at Southeast Louisiana, Montana with his dad as an assistant with the Titans. He's an aggressive, multi-front scheme guy. He's coached under guys like Les Miles and Chip Kelly. He was there for the Music City Miracle back in the day.
Yeah, he also, when we talked to him, said he didn't show a lot in that first week versus Lafayette because he knew he had Cincinnati coming up. We've already seen a couple different looks. You see the double A-gap mug right there. Looks like they're going to drop out and only rush 4.
Third down. Sorsby clutches, fires. It's incomplete. There is a flag out.
There's a penalty marker on the play.
He went back to Cyrus Allen. Pascal on the coverage.
Number 0 was in coverage for the Falcons.
Yeah, he was hugged up with Allen, grabbed him at the top of the route. The back ref threw the flag.
Defense number 0. 15-yard penalty. Correction. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
And James, he did a really good job staying square. But you got to keep your hands off the receiver down the field. You see it right there. Like he had that right hand draped on him, and that's why the back ref threw the flag. If you look at it, the play side ref didn't throw the flag because it looked like a good play, but the backside ref saw him with that right hand grab.
Puts the nose of the football right at the 50. Walker chased down from behind, loses 2.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Gideon Lamprin with the tackle.
Number 4, Gideon Lamprin.
Pints of that,
It'll
Jay.
be 2nd and 12
It'll
as we
put you
start
down.
the second quarter.
Like a tranquilizer dart in the best way. Cincinnati by a touchdown. Start of the second quarter. Cincinnati's offense aided by a penalty this drive. Looking sharp. They're venturing down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line, and that is the second catch by Jeff Caldwell, the Lindenwood transfer.
That's a nice job finding space in zone coverage. Talk to the coaching staff. They want to get him more involved in the offense. Also, nice job by Coach Satterfield motioning the running back to empty right there to uncover the defense.
Shot downfield. It's reeled in. Caldwell in his bag. A one-handed grab. 29 yards.
I mean, James, he's playing with a lot of confidence. Back shoulder fade. Wall off the defender and go up with one hand, big fella. I see you.
Previous plays in the further review. Ruling on the field was a catch for a first down.
Well, Cincinnati had just one play from scrimmage over 15 yards last week against Nebraska. They already have 2 if this stands on this drive, and they had a 44-yard touchdown that got them on the board.
Yeah, and I believe one of those last week, the play you're talking about was Brandon Scramble. So they've been way more effective throwing the ball down the field. We saw the Cyrus Allen catch. We saw Caldwell in the catch before. And from our view right there, it looks like that right foot is down. Now, we can't see where the ball is. Did he have control of the ball? Because you have to control it all the way through the catch point. So that'll be interesting. Let's look at this view right here. I mean, James, nothing from that view would make me think the refs would overturn this, right? So to me, I think the call will be upheld, right? Because that's the new terminology they're using in college football. But James, quickly, the replay is a bit quick. I'm going to say it's a catch. What do you say it is?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is a
So we're on the same side on this one.
I will be stunned if it is not, and it will be a SportsCenter top 10 highlight. Jeff Caldwell had an 8-inch growth spurt from his junior year in high school to now. Most of his growing was once he hit college. He's now 6'5". He made Bruce Feldman from The Athletic his all freaks list.
Further review. Ruling on the field as a catch as upheld. First down.
First down, Cincinnati. It'll stand.
8-inch growth spurt, James? That's rare, especially after you leave high school. I remember my junior year, I think I had 3 or 4 inches between junior and senior year, but 8 inches since junior year high school, he's blessed.
From a little guy. In goal, Cincinnati knocking on the door. Sorsby, quarterback keeper, stood up at the 2. It's second down for the Bearcats. Eric George, the son of head coach Eddie George, hit him first.
And that's how Sorsby scored last week versus Nebraska. It's a zone read, but it's almost like a lead. Tyree Walker becomes the lead blocker, and Sorsby follows behind him, but you talked about it. Eric George does a nice job disengaging from the block and holding Sorsby to 1-yard gain.
It'll be second and goal inside the 3.
Cincy looking to expand on a touchdown lead. Second down and goal from 3 yards away. Rollout, firing, connecting for a touchdown. Sorsby hits Cyrus Allen for the second time today.
And again, his confidence is growing. This is a sprint out to the left, and it's a speed out by Cyrus Allen. This is a timing-based throw. As soon as Sorsby comes around that corner, he has to let that ball go because we talked about it earlier, right, James? If you're late on the out route, it could go the other way. But he does a nice job putting it out in front where only Cyrus Allen can catch it. The quarterback is playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Impressive drive, 7 plays, 65 yards, almost 3 minutes. And Sorsby already has more yards than he had last week all game against Nebraska through the air.
Coach Satterfield said they were going to go back to him, and they've gone back to him in plenty.
With 13 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the second quarter, the Bearcats.
Look at these two beautiful catches. Jeff Caldwell, one hand climbing the ladder, coming down in bounds, and then the other weapon for the Bearcats, Cyrus Allen, who plays in the slot. Nice timing throw between him.
Bearcats fans, turn your eyes to the video board and take a look at what your former University of Cincinnati football Bearcats have been up to in today's edition of Bearcats in the Pros.
And again, love to the air. Tom the block and a pass incomplete, and Dobbs again through his hands. Sauce Gardner, a two-time All-Pro cornerback and one of the best cover guys in the league.
Going to the air again from the end zone again. Sits it again. You saw that ball to Guerra. Nice jump throw and catch. There's a long ball for Ricardo. He stayed on his feet before being tracked down from behind the big pickup.
Ball thrown right on top of Desmond Ritter, and it turns into a completion. Running that down, Jamoy Mays, a rookie out of Cincinnati.
Will he take another shot? Going to Kelsey, and he connects. Mahomes to Kelsey.
The big shot goes to the end zone and finds him in the corner. There's Tyler Scott for a touchdown.
And Bearcat fans, don't miss the NFL Stars of tomorrow right here at Nippert Stadium. Single game tickets for upcoming UC football matchups are on sale now, but seats are going fast. Secure your spot to see the future pros in action. Call 1-877-CAT-6 or visit GoBearcats.com to get your spot at Nippert Stadium today.
It's like, can we put tape or something?
That last drive, 7 plays, 65 yards, just under 3 minutes for the Cincinnati offense. And Ligier, I think that drive showcased what the fans have been looking for. They know that this offense has athletes and the potential to be very explosive.
3 new transfers at the wide receiver position. We saw them have opportunities last week. They didn't cash in on them, and we talked about it in the do's and don'ts, right? Brandon Sorsby getting him in the rhythm early. Well, Jeff Caldwell and also Cyrus Allen have helped him get into a rhythm early and often in this game. So, to your point, this is what Bearcat Nation wanted to see because they knew they could run the ball, but they wanted to see them push the ball down the field a little bit more.
That blocks.
Ensuing kick out of the back of the end zone for the touchback.
So they can't change it.
I love blocking mics. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Cincinnati by 2 scores. Bowling Green quarterbacked by Drew Pine. How do the Falcons respond?
Yeah, you got to get back in a rhythm if you're Drew Pine. He came out the first couple drives and was able to dink and dunk the ball. And you talked about it, James. Got a high completion percentage, but only 17 yards, right? They got to have sustained drives, and they can't be in 3rd and long.
Pine has started 6 for 9 passing, 17 yards. It's been short completions to the boundaries. Try to run it up the gut. It's a gain of 3. Xavier Williams and Antoine Peak get downhill to make the tackle.
Xavier Williams, number 36.
Nice job by the Cincinnati Bearcats defense. It looked like Petaway was going to rip that off for about 5 or 6 yards. The linebackers and safety come out and field because, again, G-scheme type team. They want to pull the guards. They had the counter there. They met the guard in the backfield, which didn't give Cameron Petaway a lot of room.
2nd down and 7. Another run play. It's blanketed by Corleone. Gain of just 2.
And James, we talked about it in the open. You can't just put one guy on this guy. You need 4 hands on him because he can literally destroy a game for you. The Godfather in the middle can destroy the run game, and he's an agile, big guy that can get after the passer as well. So if you're Bowling Green, you got to be aware of where he's at and get 4 hands on him.
Bowling Green's only 1 for 5 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 5. Pressure. Pine gets rid of it quickly. Broken tackle. Cut back from Porter. And he's across the 50, down to the 49-yard line, a gain of 22.
And that's a nice job by Drew Pine, understanding the pressure's coming. Where's the void, right? Always have answers for pressure right there because the guy comes off the right side. That means the running back is one-on-one with a linebacker. He out-leverages him, gets to the outside. Nice catch by Porter, and a nice job tight roping the sideline for an explosive.
He stayed in bounds. New set of downs for the Falcons, coming off 3 consecutive bowl seasons. But their coach left to take the quarterback's coaching job for the Philadelphia Eagles. They bring in Eddie George, complete overhaul, 130th in returning production in all of college football. They pick up 4, Porter on the carry.
And I love this drive so far by the Bowling Green offense, right? Because they're staying ahead of the chains, right? It's a grinded out type drive. They want to matriculate the ball down the field. 4 yards here, 3 yards here. You throw a check down, it goes for like 20 yards. I love that they're staying ahead of the chains.
Eddie George was the Big South OVC Coach of the Year last year at Tennessee State. Handoff, Petaway, spinning into traffic, stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. No gain, it's 3rd down.
Stood up by Jack Dingle.
That's a nice job by Jack Dingle, the green dot, the middle linebacker, the communicator. He does a nice job with that guard pull, slipping that block, getting in the backfield to hold it to a small gain.
Falcons.
Does a nice job right there playing off the guard, getting downhill. And because Dante Corleone takes up so much space and attention, he does a nice job freeing up Jack Dingle to get downhill.
3rd and 6. Shoulder roll. Pine delivers a dart to the outside. The receiver is belted immediately. Stockdale on the receiving end took a shot. It's a gain of 3.
Nice open field tackle by number 5, Christian Harrison right there. And it looks like Coach Eddie George is going to be aggressive here, potentially go for this.
It's 4th down.
4th and 3. This would be a 58-yard field goal try. Bowling Green's 0 for 1 on 4th downs here in the early going. And the Falcons burn a timeout. We'll take it with them. It's 4th and 3 when we return. Cincy by 2 scores here at home.
I left my pants in my truck.
Our face race by UC Online. One of our Bearcats. The exciting part is you guys get to decide who wins. If you check out our east sideline, we have 3 match spaces. It's your job to move them to the finish line. Of course, whoever gets there first will walk away. Ready to race? 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, Bearcats fans, all of those faces are moving incredibly slow. Let's pick up the pace. We can do this.
Yeah, so we could take
Gardner with a little bit of a lead.
I'm talking with the mic open now. Mic is open.
Kelsey making big moves.
troops in attendance at today's game. It is a beautiful day for football, a wonderful time to be here for the home opener. Thank you for your support and enjoy your time at Newburgh Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Can all Bowling Green band bus drivers please report to your buses at this time? Thank you.
Cincinnati's official mascot. They don't need much. They have Superman in the house. They lead by 2 touchdowns, 14-0, with 9:26 to play before the half. A critical 4th down for the Bowling Green offense, and this time they will trot out their punter. Would be a 58-yard field goal from this distance. John Henderson is on the field, and this is the 5th empty possession for Bowling Green.
Yeah, no surprise that Eddie George wasn't aggressive here, particularly go for the football, because now they're on the plus side of the field. Again, your defense has given up 2 scores, but for the majority of the game, they've played good except giving up a couple of explosive plays.
The audio was good earlier, and now it's brutal.
Henderson tees it up. Pooch punt. Fair caught at the 10. A 30-yard punt for the Bowling Green Bootsman. The yardage is pretty even, Lige. 132 for Cincinnati, 115 for Bowling Green. The difference, the explosives.
Without a doubt, Cincinnati last week really struggled to push the ball down the field. This week they've had some success with Jeff Caldwell and also Cyrus Allen pushing the ball down the field. Actually, the Bowling Green defense has really kind of stymied the run, right, which is the strength of this Bearcat offense. They run a zone scheme, and they have 2 really good backs. But Bowling Green has done a really good job in run defense. They've struggled in one-on-one situations where the Bearcats pass catchers have made plays.
Evan Pryor starts as the lead back on this drive. Trying to twist away from trouble. A loss on the play, and the Bowling Green rushing defense has been exceptional. Less than 3 yards per carry for Cincy.
And that's been the Bearcats' strength, right? Running the football on offense.
Yes.
But the Bowling Green defense has done a really good job. The defensive linemen have done a good job disengaging out blocks. And Pringle and Lamphere have gotten downhill and made plays.
It'll be like 20-yard line with the coach.
Second down and 12.
Communicate before the half. On this side? Yeah, we'll have to communicate those so we know what we're doing.
Sorsby zeroes in, flicks the wrist, and Royer is wide open. Wrestled down inside the 20. Pascal makes the touchdown-saving tackle, and the All-Big 12 tied in with another huge gain.
And I love the patience by Brandon Sorsby. This is a nice job by the offensive lineman. Joe Royer, we talked to Coach Satterfield about it. We're like, Coach, how do you get this guy more involved in the passing game down the field? And you see it right there, one-on-one with a safety, runs a post route and just takes off of him. Nice, accurate throw by Brandon Sorsby, but he was able to do that and get to his 3rd progression because of the protection up front by the O-line.
Longest play of the season for the Bearcats, 73 yards. They run it. A flag comes flying in off the right side. Short gain, just a couple. Pryor, the tailback. Lorfills makes the stop.
Repeat first down. Yeah, they were head catch Eddie George, right? The pre-snap penalties, that's what kills you. You're an underdog in this game. You have to line up off the football, right? You can't line up off sides and give this Bearcat offense, who's kind of found a rhythm, any extra yardage.
A second penalty called on Bowling Green. 1st and 5 in the red zone. Pop pass behind Pryor, incomplete. But love the play design.
Yeah, at first it looked like it was going to be a quarterback sweep, right? The offensive line does a really good job not getting downfield, because you get a legal man downfield, you get the guard to pull, trying to suck up the defense, right, and catch a receiver down the field wide open. But that's a nice job by the Bowling Green defense right there, staying in coverage and being disciplined.
2nd down and 5 Empty backfield for the dual threat quarterback, Brendan Sorsby, his second year as the starter here at Cincy. Bouncing around in the pocket. Ejected from the pocket. Cuts inside to get the first down.
The official signal, first and goal.
A gain of 5, it's first and goal, Bearcats.
And James, this is what he did in the second half versus Nebraska. He does a nice job, right? Going through his progressions, everybody is locked up. He gets to the outside. You can't allow this guy to get to the outside because he's dangerous with his legs. Led Cincinnati in rushing last week with 96 yards.
First and goal inside the 10. Fade. Almost caught again. That time it was Jennings, the intended target. Would have been the second one-handed acrobatic highlight reel grab in this first half.
And James, it's like they're trying to compete to be on SportsCenter's top 10, right? Right there, another fade route. And Sorsby just puts it out just a little bit too out in front. That's a nice effort, though, by Noah Jennings trying to come down with that catch with a one-hand catch.
Second and goal at the 8.
Empty backfield for second and goal from the 8-yard line. On the edge, Allen tripped up. No gain on the completion. MJ Cannon, who left the game in the first quarter with an injury, is back and making an impact.
This is the play before with Noah Jennings trying to go up in one hand and come down with the football. Almost comes down with that inbound, James, but that was a nice job by MJ Cannon. Good to see him back on the field. Remember, he got dinged up earlier. He defeats that block on the screen, gets to the outside, and chops that ball carrier down.
Third and goal, Cincy.
Screen.
Caldwell, stop and start. Lunging, touchdown, Cincy. A 9-yard score, Sorsby to Caldwell, touchdown Bearcats.
And this is all Jeff Caldwell because Sorsby was inaccurate with this throw. He throws it behind him. Look how Jeff Caldwell has to reach back and get that, which throws off the timing. But look at the effort. He's contacted at the 3-yard line. And you talk about that 8-inch curve spurt. It helped right there, James. It was almost like Michael Jordan in Space Jam. He reached across the goal line with the football. Great effort by Jeff Caldwell right there to get in the end zone.
7 plays, 89 yards, 3 and change off the stadium timer. PAT is through Cincy by 3 touchdowns, and it is the coming out party for Jeff Caldwell.
Jeff Caldwell on his Michael Jordan in Space Jam, getting across the end zone for a touchdown.
That's another Toyota Red Zone score.
Can you hear us, Shane? 1, 2, 3.
Shane, can you hear us?
Guys, can anybody hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we've got
okay,
Shane.
I'm having a real hard time here in programming. I'm trying to get that straightened out. It's really hard to hear. So they're working on that now.
We now hear you.
Like I can't. It's really hard to hear James and.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, I already talked to Zach about getting it all straightened out. We're good for the coach.
Can Shane bring us out a break?
No, I'll go meet with the coach and Zach at the end of the half.
That yardage got lopsided off that drive.
Bearcats fans ages 12 and under can now register for the Junior Bearcats Club, presented by First Watch, the official kids club of Cincinnati Athletics. Show your Bearcats pride all year long with branded swag and free tickets to select athletic events. Visit gobearcats.com/kidsclub to join today. Delta Dental of Ohio's mission to improve oral health through benefit plans, advocacy, and community support is a pillar of what we do each and every day. Delta Dental, we do dental better.
All right, Bearcats, I think we're ready to see your finish, y'all.
The Cincinnati offense really starting to hum here at home. 6:11 to play before the half. They lead 21-0.
This is a screenplay to the right. It's a nice job by the offensive line getting out. But again, look at the effort by Jeff Caldwell. He is contacted at the 3 and would not be denied for the goal line. Makes a guy miss an open space, runs through contact, and stretches the ball across the pylon.
The scoring drives for the Bearcats, 64 yards, 65 yards, and that last one, 89. Already 216 yards of total offense in this first half. Into the end zone for the touchback. Meanwhile, Bowling Green, the defense, for most of this first half has been solid. The offense has been unable to finish drives.
And that's the thing, and that's why I question whether Eddie George should have been aggressive on the +50 right there, because your defense has done good against the run, but they've given up explosive pass plays down the field. So I thought that was a great opportunity, only down by 2 scores, to potentially go for it and cut this to a 1-score lead.
Play action. They zip it to the boundary and hit immediately. Jaron Johnson on the receiving end, but just a yard. Barnes making the tackle right in front of the Falcons sideline.
And James, these defensive backs aren't afraid to tackle. That's a nice physical tackle by Tatum Barnes right there in space. We have a player down right now.
An injured Bearcat.
We gotta swap this cable.
And Cincinnati, they were 13th out of 16 teams last season in defensive passing. So they overhauled their secondary. That's where they spent the most in the portal, brought in a whole batch of guys to add depth. They're without Logan Wilson today, so they've inserted Daniel James, and Barnes is getting more playing time as well. Look at the bottom of your screen, number 91. Drew Logan is the injured Bearcat.
James is weird right there. Looks like he was fighting off a block and then all of a sudden just stumbled and hit the ground. Hope he's all right. Good to see him already walking to the sideline.
6'4", 275, junior reserve from North Kansas here in Ohio. Second down and 9 for Bowling Green.
Second and 9 for Bowling Green at the 26.
Veteran quarterback Drew Pine. He's attended the Manning Passing Academy 5 times, which is an academy record. Quick hitter over the middle, completes it to a tight end. Jacob Harris with the reception. It's a gain of 6.
Nice decisive play right there by Drew Pine. RPO, could hand it off to the running back. Right there, Jacob Harris, number 88, just spots up in the middle of the defense. And again, being decisive, getting the ball out of your hands, staying in third and manageable. And see if they can convert this third down.
From the 31-yard line, it's
This has been their Achilles heel, just 2 for 7 on third downs. Cincinnati's defense is walled up. Bowling Green from its 31. Pine straight back. Drag route. Garcia has the first down to move the chains.
First down, Falcons.
That's a nice job by the offensive line protecting, because that's a mesh combat. Garcia's coming from right to left on a drag route. It takes time for that receiver to open up in the middle of the field. Nice job by Drew Pine, looking off the safety and being able to find Garcia for a crucial first down pickup.
Bowling Green has had the football almost 5 minutes more than Cincinnati in this first half. Haven't been able to finish drives. Loose pig. A fortunate bounce for the Falcons. Right back into his stomach after a gain of 6.
Yeah,
White McClain forced the fumble.
Yeah, Kadarius Roberts really lucky right there because that ball came out. Nice job by McClain getting his hand in there. But going back to your earlier point, James, they've had the ball and they've been able to drive it. They just haven't finished drives, right? They've been on the plus side of the 50 on, the Bearcats side. They just haven't finished drives. They've stalled out on a couple of third downs in plus territory.
Cameron Petaway's entered at tailback. He gets the call, looking for an alley, pushing the pile. Second effort to move the chains. It's a first down run of 6 yards for Bowling Green.
See number 69 right there in the middle of the defense. He does a nice job pulling around to create that hole. That's Andrew Kilfoyle. A nice job by Cameron Petaway getting downhill, being physical to get that first down.
New set of downs to play with. They keep it on the ground. Petaway. Sideswiped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Brian Sims, the third, tackled him first.
Yeah, Antoine Peak Jr. coming from his star position in the middle of the field comes down to help out as well. Running back tries to bounce it outside. Petaway is a guy that has some elusiveness, but that's a nice job rallying to the ball by Brian Sims and also Antoine Peak Jr.
Pine is 11 for 14 passing, but just 53 yards. Everything underneath. Second down and 9. Scanning, delivers a dart. Right at the marker, Garcia reels in his 4th pass. A gain of 5 for the K-State transfer.
That's a nice catch on an out route. Again, right to left, you see Drew Pine going through his progression. And that's a nice hands catch, right? Because he had his hands fully extended and was able to bring the ball. A lot of times when that happens, James, and they bring the ball in, the ball gets slippery. So that's a nice job by R.J. Garcia. Nice hands catch right there.
He's a really good catch for Bowling Green in the 40. He played in 29 games. He appeared in for Kansas State. They were high on him in Manhattan. Robertson at tailback, 3rd and 1. They blow it dead. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. 21-0, Cincinnati on top by 3 scores.
Second battle to name as many NFL teams as he can, all right? Now, the catch is if he wins, his whole row over here is winning Bearcats gear, all right? But, if he loses, the row behind him is winning Bearcats gear, all right? You ready? Time it starts. Let's go.
Do I go now?
Yes.
Panthers, Cowboys, Eagles, Chargers, Steelers, Browns, Bengals, Ravens, Jaguars, Colts, Texans, 49ers, Broncos.
Time's up. He had 18 guys, so let's see on the board and see if he beat Jaquan Sanksamis.
Raiders, Ravens, Seahawks, Falcons, Packers, Patriots, Bengals, Dallas Cowboys, Patriots, Chiefs, Bills, Texans. Hey!
Shout out to that boy Kyle! Hey guys, you guys are going home with some Bearcats swag. Let's give it up for Gar, everybody.
Bearcats fans, be sure to stay with us at halftime for some exciting programming featuring a performance by the UC Marching Band, the Halftime Blitz, bringing you live updates from games happening all across the country, and stay tuned for UC Hall of Famer Tony Banks. Keys to the second half, presented by WLW.
2 minutes before the half, Cincinnati by 3 scores over Bowling Green. A look at Bowling Green head coach Eddie George. Yes, that Eddie George is the coach at Bowling Green in his first year, his second game.
Bowling Green will have third and
if you're the Bowling Green offense,
we'll have a very special Eddie George touchdown later on during the show. Play fake, pressured immediately.
Prime's pass was incomplete.
Parker in his grill.
Applied by number 98,
It's a nice job, right? They go heavy play action pass, swap loop to the right. Nice job by number 98, Marquez Parker. He doesn't buy the fake, he gets up the field. And James, we talked about this earlier, and it looks like Eddie George will be aggressive and go for it on 4th down.
Bowling Green.
4th and a yard.
43-yard line, it's 4th and 1.
9th play of this drive for the Falcons. They sneak it with the quarterback. And he moves the chains, good enough for a first down.
And James, if you're this Bowling Green offense, right, you don't want to leave any time on this clock after this drive. You want to finish this drive with a score and go into halftime, because the Cincinnati Bearcat offense is on fire right now. Plus, they get the ball coming out of the half.
The Bearcats have 136 yards in this second quarter alone. They had just 28 in the second frame against Nebraska last week.
We have a shorter cable. Just don't go too far.
Okay.
If we can.
Okay.
Kemp is checked in, left of the quarterback as an H-back to lead block for Roberts. Steps out of a tackle. And jitterbugs down to the 33, a gain of 7 yards.
Simeon Coleman, number 31, made the tackle.
Nice job by Kadarius Robert. He breaks the tackle right there. That's number 6, Trayvon Gola Collar. He had him 1-and-1 in the alley. He makes a miss. Was able to get a couple extra yards after breaking that tackle.
Second down and 3. Bowling Green's averaging over 5 yards per carry in this first half on the ground. Bouncing to the edge, Roberts.
Are you doing another hit on the
Another first down run.
Right here on this half? Yeah, coming up.
And James, these running backs are doing a really good job with their vision, right? They pull the right guard and right tackle around on this counter play. Nice patience right there by Kadarius Roberts. He does a nice job getting to the outside. Cincinnati loses leverage. Not only does he get the first down, James, he also gets out of bounds.
An 11-play, 48-yard drive so far. This is the 12th play. Play action, Pine loads it up, it's incomplete. Intended for Middleton. Barnes on the coverage. We've called his name a bunch in the first half. It's second down and 10.
But then we've seen a lot of guard pull by this Bowling Green offense right there. Heavy play fake. They pull the left guard to the right. Try to get the linebackers to bite up. That's a nice actual throw by Drew Pine right there. He's trying to find Allen Middleton on an out route. Just throws it a little bit behind him, but that was the right read by the quarterback.
13th play of this drive, which is now the longest drive of the year for Bowling Green. Pine didn't see him. Jake Golday pulverizing the quarterback. It's a sack and a loss of 7.
And James, that's how they started off the first third down, going back into the first quarter. Nice job by Jake Golday. Right, he's disguising all the way to your right. You're gonna see him to the right of your screen. Drew Pine doesn't like what he sees to his left. Nice job by Jake Golday, disguising and then timing up that blitz off the edge to get the big sack for this Bearcats defense.
Timeout Bowling Green. Third down and 17. Jake Golday, Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week, Week 1. Had a career-high 12 tackles, including a TFL and a sack. He's hit over 22 miles per hour. He is lightning quick. He's gained a bunch of muscle since his arrival here in Cincy.
Yeah, so number 4, Michael Coleman, they slam him down, bring Golday off the edge. And then, we just talked about it, Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. He was that, and they lost the game. So that lets you know how dominant he was that game. Because usually those awards go to a team that win. They lost, and he was Defensive Player of the Week. Golday definitely has NFL aspirations, and he has the skill set to play at the next level.
What do you think about him telling us yesterday that about 25% of his tackles are just him tracking down the football?
And you see it right there. We saw it on the very first play, disguising, running down the quarterback, and then right there, disguising to the left. They slant the defensive line, and that's just 1-2 effort coming off the edge to get the sack.
Robertson at tailback for 3rd and a mile. Since he drops 8. Roberts cut back. Roberts with burst and a first down. They mark it down around the 10-yard line. 25 yards on the screen to the tailback. Bowling Green with tempo to kill the clock. It's 2nd down for the Falcons, knocking on the door at the 10-yard line here in the closing seconds. 37 seconds on the clock.
And if you're the Bearcat defense, 3rd and long, right? Alert for draw and screen. Right there, they want a tunnel receiver screen. I want you to look to the left of your screen. Nice job by the offensive line getting out front. But number 18, Winsharp, you're going to see him towards the end of this. Watch him block his tail off right there. Now, some people may say that's a hole, but the defender tried to spin off, right? So if you try to spin off, that's on you. He had his hands inside originally. Nice job blocking on the outside by the receiver.
Pine back to pass. Miscommunication, still reeled in. Turning his head, Johnson with a sensational grab at the 2-yard line, a gain of 8.
James, what a catch by Jaron Johnson, because as he's running this out route, he's not even looking for the ball. He just high points it right there. 6'4", 235 pounds, almost like a power forward. That's a nice job by Drew Pine. There's a rule for the quarterbacks in the red zone. Helmet and above, he allows his big tight end to go up and get that catch.
That pass on the money from Drew Pine. 17th play of the drive. 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Porter in at tailback. Flags are out. And it's against Bowling Green. That'll knock it back.
James, that kills you, right? Pre-snap penalty is 3rd and 2. Now it's 3rd and long. And that feeds into what the Bearcat defense wants to do. They want to be able to pin their ears back. We already saw Jake Golday multiple times come off the edge and get sacked. So you have to be smart right there if you're the Bowling Green offense, right? No pre-snap penalties. If it's a double cadence, have earmuffs, right? Don't hear the call. Get ready for the second cadence. Right there, they hurt themselves and push themselves 5 yards back.
Coming up in the half, we'll hear from both coaches. We'll take a peek inside the brand new practice facility here at Cincy. 3rd and goal, Pine, back shoulder fade, incomplete, and no flags on the play.
Yeah, right there they try to get Jacob Harris involved on a back shoulder fade. And that lets you know the skill set he has, because he's a tight end, and they put him out there like he's a wide receiver. Ball just put out a little too out in front, a nice hand jockeying between the corner and Jacob Harris. I love that the refs let them play right there. But that's a big stop by this Bearcats defense.
25-yard field goal.
Jackson Cleather on to attempt a 25-yard field goal from the right hash. Ball is down, swings his right leg through and puts it through. And Bowling Green is on the board. It's 21-3, Cincinnati with 23 seconds left before the half, but that was a 17-play, 68-yard drive that results in just 3 for the Falcons.
And we talked about that with offensive coordinator Travis Partridge, because they had that same exact scenario last week for Lafayette. 17-play drive, but didn't finish in the red zone. I asked him, Coach, like, you guys were able to move the ball up and down the field, but you were 3 or 4 in the red zone. One time you got stopped on 4th down, and other time they held you to 2 field goals. How do you finish with touchdowns? Like, that's been a big emphasis this week. Right there, another opportunity in the red zone. They aren't able to come away with 6 and have to settle for 3.
Cleather led the nation a week ago with 4 field goal makes in their win over Lafayette. Eddie George, full of positivity. He said, if you're not positive, you don't belong in the Bowling Green program. Always trying to build his team, his players up.
And that's why he got into coaching in the first place, right? Because he knew that those young men had burdens, and he wanted to make a safe place for them to come in and share those burdens and help them grow as men. So, like you said, he wants no vampire energy on his coaching staff or on his team.
That's what he called it. Fair caught, the ensuing kick, a powder kick, reeled in around the 27-yard line by Gavin Grover. 23 seconds before the half.
Energy vampires. I said vampire energy.
It means the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, just flip it around, you know. But it'd be interesting to see how aggressive Cincinnati is right here because Brendan Sorsby is in the rhythm. The receivers have been able to get downfield. They still have all 3 timeouts. And remember, once you get the first down, the clock stops.
Sorsby has 3 touchdown passes. They're in the victory formation. Sorsby to a knee. That'll take us to the half. Your thoughts from the Cincinnati side in the second quarter? From the goal line. Chopped down shy of the 25.
For the Bearcats. Jared Burke, number 87, made the special teams tackle.
But the interesting thing, first time right before half, James was talking about possessing the football longer. Now, they've been fortunate to get a lot of explosives and score quick, but he talked about it. Bowling Green is out possessing this game. I guarantee he wants to try to get that run game going. They are based off of their zone scheme.
Yeah,
they've really struggled running the football today.
Caldwell and Allen, 4 targets apiece.
And now I'm looking for that big
7 catches between the two in the first half. Play fake. Sorsby open again. Royer for the second time today.
And James, that's what the play action pass does for you, right? The linebackers, bad eyes by the safety. Put that ball in the stomach of the running back. Everybody comes up. Joe Royer is wide open right behind the Falcons defense. Coach Satterfield said they want to get him more involved. Already had a 73-yard catch right there. Another explosive catch and run.
That one went for 31 yards. And here's Caleb Goody maneuvering his way down inside the 25-yard line. 2 plays in Cincinnati already in that red area just outside the red zone.
Coach Satterfield talked about possessing the ball, but when you have 2 explosive plays back-to-back, you're already on the plus 30-yard line in field goal range. So I guarantee he's not too worried about the time of possession if they're able to finish this drive with a score.
A 23-yard completion. Sorsby pumping over the head of his intended target, Allen, the check down wide out. Second down and 10 for the Bearcats. And Coach Satterfield said, if we can pick up the easy throws, we want Sorsby to hit the layups. Organically, it'll lead to some explosives.
He really harped on that, saying, take what the defense gives you. He felt like he didn't do enough of that versus Nebraska today. He's been really decisive with the ball right there. They tried to take a shot to the end zone. They tried to fake screen and go. The Falcons defense did a really good job staying in coverage.
Walker, the downhill runner, plotting to the 21. Picks up maybe a couple. Third down and 8 for the Bearcats.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Evan Branch Haynes, number 55 in the middle of that defense. We talked about it, James. This is a run-based offense, the Cincinnati Bearcats, which you would not know it the way this game has played out. And that's because the Bowling Green defense has done a really good job stymieing the run. And right there, they do a good job on second down, holding it to a small game.
Cincinnati's 1 for 3 today on third downs. This is 3rd and 8. Empty set. Sorsby surveying, improvising, directing traffic. End zone shot, incomplete. Wanted Caldwell. And it's 4th down for Cincy.
And right there, I thought Sorsby bailed out of the pocket a little bit too early. The offensive line was doing a really good job in protection. It becomes scramble drill. He scrambles out to the right, trying to find his big receiver on the outside, Jeff Caldwell. But number 1, Keon Watson does a really good job in man coverage, dislodging that football from Caldwell.
Steven Rusnak on to attempt 40-yard field goal. He's made 12 in a row dating back to last season when he was at Charlotte. And this is right down the pipe. 24-3, Cincinnati extends their lead early in the third quarter.
Cincinnati leads Bowling Green 24-3.
Bearcats fans, we're playing a new game. It's called the Bubble Battle. Of course, we've got Reed and Ethan on the field with us. Their job is simple. They have to knock each other down. Whoever falls down 2 out of our 3 rounds, of course, is the loser, which will make the other one the winner. We're super excited for this game. I know these guys are ready to go. I won't make them wait any longer. Our first round will start in 3, 2, 1. Start racing. Oh, wow. We've got 2 down on the ground. We'll try that again. Let's step back up for round 2. 3, 2, 1. Hit each other. Okay, that's good. We've got 1 winner so far. Reed, 1 round for you. We'll set up for another one. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Technically, those were our 3 rounds. I'm going to say Reed stood up a little bit longer for the 3rd round. We're going to give him the win. Thank you both of you guys for playing. And while we have your attention, it's time for you guys to have a little bit of fun. We're doing our karaoke camp presented by Pepsi. You guys see yourself on the video board. That means you're in the spotlight. We need you to put on a performance for everyone here in Nippert Stadium. Let's get ready to sing.
Back here in Cincinnati, the Bearcats leading at 24-3, but that right there is not good news for Bearcat fans. That is the phenomenal nose tackle of Dante Corleone. He's in his street clothes, trying to get an update on Corleone and his upcoming status for future games, but obviously his day is over today. Guys?
Thanks, Shane. Cincinnati on top 24-3. That is a blow to the Cincinnati defense. And with a 3-touchdown lead, resting him is not a bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, you're up big in this game. They have subsequent depth there, but you talked about it in the intro. He's the focal point of this defense. A lot of times, he's been the reason why they've been able to mitigate this run from Bowling Green, even though Bowling Green has had some success. And it's weird, James, I kind of vividly remember him being out there in that 2-minute drive before half, so it's interesting that he's in street clothes now.
On the return, Petaway, he is dangerous down the sideline, out to the 40. Dante Corleone, every week he has to manage. He had the blood clots prior to last season, and he said that he really leans on Aaron Himmler, who is the senior associate AD and the head of sports medicine. He has a very strict schedule in terms of the medication that he's on, when he can take it, has to be within a certain numbers away from kickoff. There's a lot that goes into it.
Full team effort, right, to make sure he takes his medication on time, because like you said, it has to be a specific time he takes it. So it's a great job by the support staff there to make sure that the Godfather gets everything he needs to make sure he's on the field on Saturdays.
Christian Harrison blows up the play. It's a loss of a yard. The Bearcat defense didn't need him there. Harrison is the son of the Super Bowl winning safety Rodney Harrison. 2nd down and 11 for Bowling Green.
Again, James, we talked about this. Bowling Green, you want to stay out in 3rd and longs because of defensive coordinator Tyson Veit. He has exotic looks up front and will mix some things up and make it really hard if these defensive linemen can pin their ears back and come after you.
Pine checks it down underneath, hauled in by Garcia, his 5th nab. A gain of 7, making it a manageable 3rd down.
And that's a great job by Garcia, finding the void in zone coverage. But not only that, right, fighting through contact. Look at that, James. He gets hit, but then falls forward for about 3 or 4 yards, which makes this 3rd and manageable. It went from 2nd and 11. He gets 8 yards on that 2nd down play.
3rd and 3. Pine is connecting on 70% of his passes. Bowling Green from its 47-yard line. They need the 50. Pine stumbles. Buying time. Outside the pocket, a takeoff run is good enough for 5 and a Bowling Green 1st down.
That's a nice job by Drew Pine, but look to the right of your screen, right? The defensive end out there, he has to keep contained. He loses contain. Drew Pine does a nice job, right? He's being patient with the football. It's a 3-man rush. They drop 8. He does a nice job knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is, picking up a crucial 1st down for this Bowling Green offense.
And that looked like a quarterback who has played in big games. When he was at Notre Dame, he beat North Carolina, beat BYU, Boston College. Between the tackles, handoff Petaway, probing ahead for a gain of 3. Here's his path. Spent 3 years at Notre Dame, then 1 at Arizona State. At Missouri last year, started 1 game, got knocked out for the rest of the year with an injury. Here he is at Bowling Green, connecting with Coach Eddie George and making his 2nd consecutive start.
Guy that has a ton of experience, and talking to offensive coordinator Travis Partridge, he said last week he felt like he played a little timid because, you know, he's so used to being in the competition, James. Well, he just wanted to let the quarterback know, this is your team. There is no competition. You don't have a short leash. So go out there and let it loose. But that's a nice play design right there by Travis Partridge, the offensive coordinator. Go screen play right there. Easy throw for his quarterback, keeping him in rhythm.
3rd down and just a yard. Porter in at tailback. Bowling Green is 5 for 12 on 3rd downs.
Presented by Ford.
What they've done really good in this drive is been in 3rd and manageable. Not be surprised if this is 2-down territory, and don't be surprised if they run the football here.
Straight up the middle into traffic, good enough for a 1st down. There is a flag out. Dingle made the tackle for Cincinnati's defense.
I believe Cincinnati was offside, lined up in the neutral zone.
Offside. Defense number 25. Fight penalty. That'll be enough for a 1st down.
Automatic 1st down, and the Falcons keep this drive alive.
If you're Eddie George, you have to love how your offense is responding, right? Your defense went out there, posed the Cincinnati Bearcat offense to a field goal, and now you're already in plus territory. But it's what we talked about. Can they finish this drive? Not with a field goal, but with 6 on the board.
They've taken 3+ minutes off the clock on this possession. Pine, another screen underneath to the tight end Johnson, and he's upended at the 29. A gain of 5. Callard the stopper, and Johnson has his 3rd catch.
Offensive coordinator Travis Partridge gives you so much eye candy, James, right? They fake the receiver screen and they bring the tight end Jyron Johnson, because he's an athletic tight end, back on a tunnel screen. That's a tight end making receiver moves to, again, stay ahead of the chains. 1st and 10, you get 5 yards right there. The playbook is entirely open to you on 2nd 5.
They have 4 wideouts stacked to the left for Pine. Setting up the wall, it's a 1st down, and Porter burrows his way inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
And James, this is a number game, right? You talk about they had 4 receivers up top, only 2 defensive backs. So it's an RPO, but right there, he sees that we have them out leveraged. We have more blockers than they have defenders. Nice decision by Drew Pine to throw that screen to the outside to pick up the first down.
This drive inching closer to 5 minutes off the clock, 7 plays, 40 yards. They've connected on all 4 of their short passes, most of them screens. And they are right at the 20-yard line. Up the middle, nothing doing. It's a loss of a yard. McLean makes the tackle, stacking up the tailback.
They're right there, defensive coordinator Tyson Veit decides to slant the defensive line and bring some linebackers downhill to help try to mitigate this rush offense from the Bowling Green Falcons. They've had a lot of success being able to run the ball. That time he was like, I'm going to send some extra pressure and move my defensive line to change the picture, and it paid dividends for him on that first down play.
They've been balanced offensively, 25 throws, 24 rushes. Last week they leaned on their ground game. They carried the ball 44 times. Pine blitz off the edge, checks it down over the middle. He's got his tailback. Twisted down at the 12. Callard the stopper. A gain of 6.
And one thing I will say about these pass catchers and playmakers for Bowling Green, they've made some plays in space. We've seen R.J. Garcia make a few plays. Kadarius Roberts has made multiple plays out of the backfield. The first guy has not been able to bring their pass catchers down. So again, another positive play. And what we have, James, 3rd and 3. Stay ahead of the chain.
Bowling Green's 5 for 12 on 3rd downs. 10th play of this drive. The officials come racing in to blow it dead. There is a flag out. That's the left tackle, Tunde Fadukasi, transfer from Rutgers.
And James,
look at Pine on 3rd down.
Their last drive as well too, right? Remember right before half, they had the false start, takes it from 3rd and 2, 3rd and 7. Right here, 3rd and 3, you're in the red zone. Another false start pushes you back. Again, I know they preach having a clean game if you're Eddie George and the Bowling Green Falcons. You can't have the pre-snap penalties, especially on 3rd down.
Pine has been efficient. This is 3rd and long. Underneath. It's complete to Stocksdale, close to the marker. It will be 4th, and we'll call it 2 after a gain of 6 for the Falcons.
And it looks like the offense will stay out on the field. Again, that's concept, right? Crosses from both sides. Drew Pine does a really good job going through his progressions, finds Stockdale, but good job by the Bearcats defense rallying and keeping them short of that first down.
They bring in the 6'1", 220-pound bruiser Markel Porter at tailback. They're 1 for 2 on 4th downs this season. To the fullback, he gets hit immediately. Leo Kemp. He is short. He gets stuck by the Cincinnati group up front.
What a stop by this Bearcats defense. They've been kind of a bend, don't break type defense. Nice job right here. 4th and 1, fullback dive. Look at the penetration from the defensive line, and Jack Golday makes the play to get the Bearcat defense off the field.
Tony Pike, who is Reading High School's answer to Joe Montana. They'll have the postgame show. Mo Egger will have the news of the day, and you can hear from head coach Scott Satterfield and the stars of the game. All on the Tri-States News, Weather, and Traffic Station, the big one, 700 WLW.
Bearcats fans, some of you guys have been here quite literally all day, which means I know that you're hungry. Good news, it's time for Donato's pizza delivery. Make some noise if you're feeling hungry. Remember, Bearcats fans, if you don't get the pizza right now, don't fret. You can get some in Nippert Stadium, anywhere here, or you can get it on your way home. Either way, be sure to pick up some Donatos today.
Cincinnati on top 24-3 over Bowling Green here at Nippert Stadium. It's a whiteout for the Cincinnati home opener. The team wearing white, the fans encouraged to wear white, and the defense slamming the door shut with a key fourth down stop.
I mean, the reigning Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. Now, Golday makes that play, but you got to give love to the defensive tackles in the middle because their fullback, Leo Kemp, had nowhere to go. Right, James? And we actually were kind of scratching our head about the play call, right? Because it was almost like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, and they went fullback dive.
Pryor by his shoelaces at the 25, a gain of 13.
And that's the first time he's actually had space in this run game because the Bowling Green defense has done a really good job of blocking. Simple zone scheme, you lead up with number 21, Patrick Gerd there. He does a good job closing off that linebacker, giving a hole to Pryor, and he's their shiftier back. That was the first time he's found space today.
And if Moorfields doesn't get a lace, that is to the house.
Number 6, Pryor.
He is their home run hitter. Ball is out. Bowling Green says they have it. And they do. It's a fumble recovered by the Falcons defense. Evan Pryor coughed it up for Cincinnati.
And that's a massive turn of events for defensive coordinator Brandon Fisher and his defense, right? He just gave up 2 big runs. Right here, I believe that's Pringle. He does a nice job. Dorian Pringle, their green dot, does a nice job with that right hand, punching the football out, and the Bowling Green defense is able to fall. And they're going to see it right here. Watch the right hand. Punts away at the football. Nice job by the instinctive player, Dorian Pringle from Akron, causing that fumble.
And Justin Eklund with the recovery. But the last time Bowling Green had the ball, they went 6.5 minutes, but no points to show for it on an 11-play drive. Cameron Petaway has entered the game at running back. They take over at the Cincinnati 34-yard line. Petaway picks up 2, maybe 3. Can't outrun Jake Golday off the edge.
I mean, what a play by Jake Golday. They pull the guard and tackle from right to left. He slips the blocks, and it looks like Petaway had some space. You're going to see him in the middle of the field. Watch how he slips that block and gets to the outside and is able to corral Cameron Petaway. That's a heck of a play by the linebacker.
Bowling Green trying to capitalize on the first turnover. Down the sideline, Johnson.
He's in there.
Touchdown. The big fella, 31 yards. Pitch and catch, and Bowling Green has their first touchdown of the day.
Watch this replay, a lot of eye candy. You're gonna fake the toss. It buys the eyes of the linebacker, and then Jiron Johnson is wide open down the sideline. Nice job blocking down the field. R.J. Garcia, number 2, does a good job springing Jiron Johnson into the end zone. But what a job by offensive coordinator Travis Partridge, giving you that eye candy. Makes the linebackers bite up. Jiron Johnson wide open down the field.
Cleater on for the point after. Right down the middle, and it's a 2-score game, 24-10. Cincinnati on top, 2 plays, 34 yards, 47 seconds.
Love the fight by the Bowling Green Vikings. Jiron Johnson has a reservation for 6 in the end zone.
Johnson's great in the summer.
Cincinnati leading Bowling Green 24-10. After a 2-play, 47-yard scoring drive for the Falcons that came off a Brendan Sorsby, making an Evan Pryor fumble. And on the receiving end was Jiron Johnson, the tight end, who has 5 grabs for 55 yards today and that touchdown. And he replaced a Bowling Green legend. Harold Fannin Jr., who's off to the NFL, was drafted in the 3rd round by the nearby Cleveland Browns. The first consensus All-American in Bowling Green history
and it's like a stark trash, right? Because he was their offense essentially last year. So they go from having a guy that they really lean on at the tight end position to really leaning on like 5 or 6 guys. But Jaron Johnson is that guy that it seems like Drew Pine has the most faith in throwing the ball down the field.
It's a 2-possession lead for Cincinnati. They keep it on the ground with Tawi Walker, a gain of 9 between the tackles. Walker again. Lunging forward to get the first down and a gain of 2 after Dorian Pringle hammers him.
I mean, James, he's playing some football. This caused the fumble on the last drive. Watch how he shoots this gap right here. Makes Joy Royal miss their tight end. Gets downhill. And he talked about Tyreek Walker is not an easy dude to tackle. But Dorian Pringle cares nothing about that.
Walker's 5'8", 220. Walker stuffed on back-to-back plays.
Walker, no gain on the ground for the Bearcats.
Dorian Pringle might have 100 tackles when this game is over. I mean, again, another physical play. Meets him at the spot, comes downhill. Mano a mano. Dorian Pringle is having himself a game at middle linebacker right now.
No gain. It's second down and 10. Pryor and Covey in the backfield with Brendan Sorsby, the Cincinnati quarterback. Sorsby over the roof. Caldwell reels it in at the 25-yard line. First down throw, Cincinnati just outside the 20.
And Caldwell does a nice job setting up this post route because he fakes like he's going left and then breaks it back inside. He's able to get the edge on Jalen McClendon, number 8, because he sells like he's going straight on the go route and then breaks inside. Nice accurate throw by Brendan Sorsby there.
Another Cincinnati explosive play, a gain of 39 yards. Sorsby on the keeper, weaving his way through traffic. Scoots down to the 8-yard line. 16-yard run for the quarterback.
And that's, again, a zone read with kind of a lead. The running back, he fakes it to him, puts it in his belly, and he leads up as a blocker. And Sorsby does a nice job weaving through traffic to get that explosive run.
Sorsby making his 20th Power 4 start today. First and goal. Sorsby. Gain of a couple. Down to the 7-yard line on the quarterback keeper.
And if you're Scott Satterfield, you have to love how your offense has responded, right? They fumbled the ball on the last drive. Bowling Green scores, cuts us to a 2-score lead, and now you're already in the red zone. Can they finish this drive off with a touchdown to get it back to a 3-score lead?
Sorsby is close to 300 for the day. He's at 282 with 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Caldwell over 100 yards for the first time at the Power 4 level. Underneath to Walker, trying to step out of a tackle. MJ Cannon making the play for the Falcons defense, a loss of 2.
And he's made a couple big-time angle tackles, one-on-one in space. Tyreek Walker to the flat right here. Nice job by MJ Cannon, sawing down that outside leg and getting the big running back down.
Cincinnati today is 1 for 4 on third downs. Sorsby pocket caving in, takeoff run to the house. It's a touchdown. From 9 yards away, Sorsby has his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season.
Something so subtle here. Scott Satterfield goes empty. He spreads it out. Well, it's one back, but he spreads it out. Nice job by Tyreek Walker. You see him, number 3. He just gets enough of Lamp here. That way Sorsby can get into the end zone. But I love the play call. Spread him out, right? Get your running back as a lead blocker and run the quarterback draw. We talked about how athletic Brendan Sorsby is. You saw it right there in that play as he gets to the end zone.
The point after is through, capping an 8-play, 75-yard drive that took 3:39 for the Bearcats.
Nice play call by Scott Satterfield. Again, lead up with Tyreek Walker in the quarterback draw. And Sorsby breaks the tackle, shows some tenacity to get into the end zone. He had a run like that versus Nebraska last week
in the end zone. He found his legs on that drive. For most of the game, he hasn't really used his legs or had to. He's been able to throw the ball down the field, but this drive, he got his legs involved.
Cincinnati pushes their lead back to 21. Coach Satterfield told us that he kind of went through this same thing at App State.
Yep.
So many close losses before they finally burst through the seams, and he feels that they're so close to doing that here at Cincinnati.
I mean, things could have been totally different. They went 5-7, and if I'm not mistaken, James, they lost 5 one-score games last year. So just imagine if those games flipped in the other favor. We're talking about a team that's close to a double-digit win team. So he felt like this team this year is the most talented team he's had since he's been at Cincinnati.
Cameron Petaway back deep for Bowling Green. And that is booted out of bounds, which draws a penalty marker.
Oh, you're welcome.
Cincinnati's had multiple receivers go over 100 yards today. Jeff Caldwell, 109. Joe Royer has 104 yards receiving on 2 catches, most by a Cincinnati tight end since 2018 when they beat UConn.
Yeah, if you're Coach Satterfield, you have to love how the downfield passing game has opened up this game after really struggling versus Nebraska. Talked about getting Joe Royer the ball more. Now, he's only got 2 catches, but one was 73 yards.
Empty set for Bowling Green. Drew Pine looking surgical and delivers a dart to Finn Hogan. Backpedaling down to the...
We just got to finish this thing off strong.
Thanks for the time.
Appreciate it.
Pocket caving in on Pine, and he's going down for a Cincinnati sack around midfield. C.J. McRae got to the quarterback. A loss of 6.
Defensive coordinator Tyson Veit decides to bring a little pressure. Gets C.J. Gray on the outside. He's able to come around that corner. See Jack Golday right there. He just continues to fight, run the hump, get off the block, and collect the sack.
We having fun yet?
Second down and 16. Just underway here in the 4th quarter. Bowling Green has dominated the time of possession. They've had the ball 44 minutes to Cincinnati's 16. Completes a pass to Finn Hogan on the outside.
James, that's a big-time completion by Drew Pine on the out route. He's throwing that from the right hash outside the numbers. That's an NFL-type throw. Gets back that sack yardage and then some. Again, staying ahead of the chains, 3rd and 5. I really love his decision-making on 2nd down after they lose yardage. He's been really concise and knows where exactly to go with the football.
He's completing 79% of his throws, over 200 yards, has a touchdown, and no interceptions. 3rd and 5, Bowling Green 5 for 13 today on 3rd downs. Petaway into the teeth of that Cincinnati defense. It'll be 4th and 2 after a gain of 3.
We saw last time they were in this scenario, they went for it, right? They went with the fullback dive. This is 4th and 2, so I guarantee they're not coming with the fullback dive this time. The way that Drew Pine has been decisive with the football, keep running those run routes or those crossing patterns. The offensive line is actually protected really well. Let's see if defensive coordinator Tyson Veit decides to send some pressure and speed up Drew Pine's clock. But the fullback is back in the game, number 44, Leo Kemp.
They're 1 for 2 today on 4th downs. Play action on the rollout. Pine, blanket coverage.
Oh, flag.
Flag is out. It was intended for Eli Duffy.
That was Juwan Sparks that got him in the hands, number 9.
Defense number 9. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
goes on the Bearcats number 9. Jaquan
And originally that was actually really good defense by the Bearcats. Heavy play action pass. They do run those crosses, right? But Jaquan Johnson actually trips and falls into his own receiver. Right there, you see Jaquan Sparks. He's in coverage, but just too handsy, right? If he doesn't wrap with that left arm, that's good defense. But the backside ref saw him wrap with that left arm and threw the flag.
It's only the 4th penalty today on Cincinnati. Another impressive drive, back-to-back now for the Falcons. Pine sliding left, whistles a pass, it's complete inside the 5. Johnson is having a day, his 6th catch. That one good enough for 20 yards.
I mean, we were just talking about Harold Fannin Jr. Zyron Johnson is trying to put his name out there, right? He's a guy that has the 2nd longest streak for receptions in the game, and he's been their big-time playmaker on offense. Switch release again, he runs the post route like he's a receiver, and with that big frame, he's able to box out the smaller defender and go up and high point the football.
Porter in it, tailback, the bruiser. Bowling Green at the doorstep.
Markel Porter
down at the 2.
Carrier, no gain on the play.
No gain on the play. And it's 2nd down and goal.
Leading the way for the Bearcats on the stop, the linebacker Brian Sims, number 17.
Brian Sims does a really good job right there, getting downhill, holding that for a minimal gain.
2nd down and goal from the 2. 7th play of this drive for the Falcons. Porter to the 1.
Porter, number 25, was the ball carrier.
Bowling Green trying to get it back to a 2-possession deficit. Jonathan Thompson wraps him up.
I'll tell you, this has been a couple times where the Cincinnati Bearcats have crashed off the edge, right? We saw Jake Goday make a play on 4th down. Right there, number 4, Makai Coleman, he crashes down off the edge. So if you're Coach Travis Partridge and you see how aggressive they're being, maybe you bootleg to that side on this play because they are crashing hard off the edge and you get an easy throw to one of your tight ends or receivers.
3rd and goal. They'll hand it off again. Porter cracks the goal line. Touchdown, Bowling Green.
1-yard run from running back Markel Porter, number 25.
What a physical run, James. Markel Porter, he had a physical run like this last week versus Lafayette. Remember, he makes contact with the defenders at the 2, but he keeps turning those legs and gets into the end zone. You heard Coach Eddie George say, I just want to see guys fight. His offense has come out the 2nd half, and they have fought.
An 8-play, 65-yard scoring drive that took 4:49. The 2nd touchdown of the season. He had one last week for Markel Porter, a redshirt freshman from Dallas. Cleather puts through the point after, and it's back to a 2-touchdown game.
Markel Porter getting into the end zone. Eddie George has to love that physical run from one of his running backs.
Keep point after try is.
Student section, we're going to need you guys to make some noise for this one. We're giving you more free stuff. It's time for our Golden Ticket t-shirt toss. We have our Cheer Squad throwing out plenty of t-shirts for you guys. Be sure to check inside because you might just find a golden ticket, which means you guys can walk away with a Nintendo Switch, some AirPods, or even some awesome Bearcats gear. Make some noise now if you want a t-shirt.
Cincinnati leads Bowling Green 31-17 with Lige Duzable. I'm James Westling. And Lige, tell me this isn't a coach you wouldn't want to play for. Eddie George getting his guys up after that last touchdown.
Fired up. He looks like he can still carry the ball a little bit right there. You have to love the fight. He talked to Shane at half, or coming out at half, and said, you know what, I just want to see fight from my guys. Right? They give up a score right there. The offense comes down and they match the score. We were just talking, James, if this Bowling Green defense could get maybe another turnover or a stop, this could get real interesting down the stretch of the fourth quarter. But either way, if you're Eddie George, you love how your team has continued to fight.
Offensive coordinator Travis Partridge
has set the ball down
grew up in
at the
St.
35-yard
Joseph,
line.
Missouri.
Standing in his own goal line for the Bearcats on the return, number 0, Matthew McDoom.
Bowling Green is a stop away from this game being real interesting. There's still a lot of time left, almost 11 minutes. Powder kick out of bounds.
There's a penalty marker down on the kickoff.
That draws a penalty.
Cincinnati is selected to take a 35-yard line. First down.
So Cincy will have it at their 35.
Really good field position. And we've seen that multiple times from both of these kickers, right? Kicking the ball out of bounds and giving the opposite team really good field position. But we just talked about it, James. And if you're Jeff Fisher, defensive coordinator for Bowling Green, you're telling your guys, one stop. Let's just get one stop, and we're really in this thing. We were able to force a turnover a couple drives ago. Our offense paid it off. Our offense is cooking right now. Let's go out there and get a big stop.
Chance Williams has entered the lineup at running back for the first time today. They fake it to him. Sorsby delivers another dart. That is on the money to Caleb Goody. 17 yards and a first down.
I mean, what a frozen rope. Sorsby is in his bag right now. Definitely comfortable throwing on the run. He's an athletic quarterback, gets outside, but he put that only where Caleb Goody can catch the football. That is a nice rope on a deep out route.
He's 3 yards away from 300. And he has it on the completion to Jennings, weaving his way, staying on his feet, pushed forward inside the 30-yard line. 17 more for the Bearcats offense.
Hey, James, we started off this game talking about getting Brandon Sorsby in rhythm. Throws like this is why he was able to feel so comfortable on that rollout, throwing the ball down the field, because he's made the layups. His coach talked about that, right? Take what the defense is giving you. He has done that, and now he has the confidence to really push the ball down the field.
314 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he's completing 70+% of his passes. They run it between the tackles, staggering forward. Williams picks up 3, brought down by Lamprin, the middle linebacker.
James, we started this drive talking about how defensive coordinator Brandon Fisher was probably telling his defense, we just need one stop, right? Now your back is up against the wall. You're in the red zone already. You got to hold them to a field goal attempt here. You can't allow 7 right here on this drive.
Goody underneath to the 20. There's a lot of Jeff Fisher and Brandon Fisher.
For sure, obviously. I mean, that is his dad, right? Want to give Brandon Fisher his due, right? Because his defense at spurts has played really well today. And it's been interesting. He's left his corners on an island, right? These pass catches for the Bearcats struggled last week, but they've made some plays. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe he switches up and starts playing a little bit more zone, because they've struggled in man coverage at times.
Williams is submarined after a gain of a yard. David Afogo makes the tackle for Bowling Green. Brings up 2nd down and 9 as we inch closer to the 8-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Press coverage. They fake it to the back. On the outside, Jennings one-on-one, and he's wrestled down at the 8-yard line.
I mean, Brandon Sorsby is just playing with utter confidence. That's an RPO, but he sees the corner is playing off-man coverage. So he decides to make the long throw because he has a lot of faith in his receiver, Noah Jennings, being able to make a play. And he's done that multiple times with Noah Jennings. If it's off coverage, I'm pulling the ball out of the belly of the running back and I'm throwing it to my receiver.
Williams breaks one tackle, can't get away from that second wave, loses a yard. But back to Sorsby. This looks like the Brendan Sorsby that we saw the first half of last season.
Yeah, without a doubt, playing with utter confidence right now. He struggled throwing the ball, but want to give some love to these two linebackers, ESPN and Dorian Pringle. They've done a nice job in the run game, really mitigating this Bearcats rush offense. But getting back to Brendan Sorsby, you talked about it. This is what they pictured this offense could look like with him throwing the ball down the field. And they actually haven't been able to run the ball. They picked it up a little bit in the second half, but they can be really explosive between the run and the pass.
One-on-one, no flag, it's incomplete. Keon Washington on the coverage.
And I love the no call right there. They're both jockeying for position. They're chest to chest, hand fighting. Right there, Keon Washington does a nice job staying square. And that's actually really good placement by Brandon Sorsby. That's a back shoulder fade. He put it where only Caleb Goody could make a play, but nice job by Keon Washington punching that ball away at the last second.
3rd and goal at the 9-yard line. Only the 7th incompletion today thrown by Sorsby.
See if the Falcons defense can get off the field here.
Quarterback draw. Sorsby bottled up at the 5. Lambert makes the tackle, a gain of 4. It's 4th and goal from the 5-yard line, and Cincinnati will come out to attempt a short field goal.
Number 0, Khalil Pascal, does a really good job because it's a 3-man front, and they run that quarterback draw that Sorsby scored on earlier, but he does a nice job beating the blocker to the point. That's Pascal getting downhill, holding Sorsby before he got to the end zone. That's a big-time stop by this Bowling Green defense.
23-yard try for Steven Rusnak, who's made 13 straight, dating back to last year. And he swings this one through. There is a flag on the field.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Personal foul, face mask, offense number 71. Offside, defense. Those penalties offset. We'll replay the try.
Well, there you have it, James. You did a boo-boo, you did a boo-boo. Let's re-kick the play.
We'll kick it again. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Rusnak hit from 40 yards earlier today. Where's number 99? Gotta love it. That was even better than the first attempt. 34-17, Cincinnati here at home, leading by 17 over Bowling Green.
On their
60-yard drive led to a 23-yard chip shot field goal, 4:23 off the clock for Cincinnati. Sorsby goes over 300 yards for the game. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 71% completion rate.
Full command of the offense, playing with so much confidence right now. We talked about it on that rollout play. That's a big-time NFL throw to find Goody on the sideline rolling out to the right. And if you're this Bowling Green offense, right, time is of the essence right now. Like, you've been able to move the ball up and down the field, but you probably want to score quickly, right, because you're down by 3 scores right now.
This has been a clean game, only 1 turnover, not a lot of penalties, 4 for each team. There's a lot that I think both staffs can build off of.
Without a doubt. Now, again, there's no consolation prize, but if you're Eddie George, you love how your team continue to fight. And they look like they could be a real force in the MAC this year.
Pine scrambles out of bounds for a gain of 3. He's completing 80% of his passes today.
And last week, he completed at a high clip, but he really didn't throw the ball down the field. And he did that the first half as well. But the second half, he's had patience. His offensive line is blocked really well. That also helps when the Godfather is not in the game. Dante Corleone, the best player for the Cincinnati Bearcat defense. He's had time to be able to survey the defense, go through his progressions, and actually throw the ball down the field.
On second down, pressure off the edge, underneath, they complete it. Roberts with that 4.4 speed accelerates beyond the 40 to the 43, a gain of 15.
An interesting story about Kadarius Robert. He comes over from Tennessee State with the coaching staff, but he actually didn't play last year. So that lets you know Eddie George loved what he saw in practice to bring him over to Bowling Green.
Pine dropping back, delivering on the money to Middleton. A 4-yard gain. Blanket coverage.
I love the up-tempo right here from Bowling Green, right? Understanding when you're up against the clock right now. And it helps the quarterback get in the rhythm throwing the football as well.
On second down, Pine to the sideline. Johnson makes another reception, his 7th of the game. It's good enough for a first down.
Another easy throw, right? Switch release, and when I say switch release, the tight end and receiver are going to cross at the snap, which if you're in man coverage, you get a natural pick and rub route. Jaron Johnson's wide open to the sideline. Nice timing throw by Drew Pine right there to pick up the first down.
You noted that Dante Corleone is out of the game. We did get word that it's just a precautionary thing. It's not a serious injury. They had a big lead at halftime. They sit him. He's in street clothes here in the second half. Completion to Petaway underneath the tailback. It's good for 5.
Yeah, getting back to Corleone, we had video of him in street clothes on the sideline, but he seemed like he was in good spirits. It didn't seem like it was anything where it was major, where you would see a lot of players with like their head down. He was talking to his teammates. They actually was even cracking a smile a little bit too. So just hoping the big fella is good because, again, he's not only the best player on defense, he's the best player on the team.
Pine against a 3-man rush, floats it down the sideline.
What a catch.
And it's caught. Finn Hogan on the receiving end, 24 yards.
And both of these quarterbacks are putting on a great display because right there again, he had Petaway in the middle wide open on the crossing route, but he sees the one-on-one coverage on the outside, and that was a one-handed catch, it looked like, by Finn Hogan. I mean, all of these receivers are trying to be on SportsCenter top 10. What a catch by Finn Hogan.
He's 6'5", 220 pounds. He was a basketball standout in high school. He has great size, tremendous catch radius, and it leads to a first down. Pine into double coverage.
Oh!
A flag is out. It was intended for Middleton.
There's a penalty marker down in the secondary.
Christian Harrison, one of the Bearcats on the coverage.
So they try to go slant and go sluggo. But Drew Pine is actually fooled on the play because Christian Harrison actually stayed over the top. So he should have never thrown that pass. But Middleton still almost came down with it. Harrison just got there a little bit early, and that's why they threw the flag. But Drew Pine got away with that one because the safety was over the top.
Pine is 5 for 5 passing on this drive for 53 yards. First and goal from the 4. Pine darting, and he's drugged down at the 11-yard line by his shoulder pads. Jack Dingle, like a rodeo, brings the quarterback down.
And Jack Dingle, you're going to see him in the middle of the field. He kind of is the quarterback spy. He wraps around, the edge guy comes around the corner. Pine feels the pressure. You're going to see it. See him wrap around. You see Dingle to the left right there. He has quarterback spy. He does a nice job getting upfield and getting Drew Pine down for that sack.
Second down and goal from the 12. That was a loss of 8. Up the middle. Petaway cut down, no gain. The tackle made by Simeon Coleman, the outside backer.
Yeah, he did a nice job, again, disguising on the outside. And we talked about it earlier, James. These edge linebackers are crashing downhill. He does a nice job showing on the slot receiver, and then right before the snap, he comes down and triggers off the edge.
That'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. Cincinnati leading 34-17, but Bowling Green threatening.
Attention fans, a reminder that field access is prohibited for 30 minutes following the conclusion of today's game. We appreciate your cooperation and thank you for attending on a beautiful day for a home opener here at historic Nippert Stadium.
Back in the 60s, the early 2000s. And we were here yesterday afternoon walking around among all the other students that cut through the stadium to get to class. I mean, it is right here in the middle, the heart of campus.
Really cool venue. We talked about it, James. We walked around yesterday. Students were having lunch in the stadium and walking through it to get to class.
It's the Wrigley Field of college football on 3rd and goal. An incompletion. Pine wanted Roberts. And it brings up 4th down for the Falcons.
Go for it. Oh, I was gonna say I would kick the field goal here, right? Because you're down 17. Probably kick the field goal, try an onside kick, try to get the ball back. Right there, defensive coordinator Tyson Vite decided he was bringing the house to force Drew Pine to speed up his clock and get rid of the football earlier than he wanted to.
30-yard try for Jackson Cleather. Puts it through. It's 34-20, our new score. Cincinnati on top by 14 with less than 2 to play.
Cincinnati, number 11, is now wearing number 42.
Season tickets for the 2025-2026 UC men's basketball season are on sale now. Join head coach Wes Miller and the Bearcats as they hit the court with an exciting roster and high-flying talent ready to take Fifth Third Arena by storm. Secure your seats today by visiting GoBearcats.com or by calling 1-877-CATS-TICKS. The Bearcats will be right back here at Nippert Stadium a week from today on Saturday, September 13th, as they host the Northwestern State Demons for a 3:30 p.m. kick on ESPN+. Limited tickets remain, so be sure to visit GoBearcats.com to secure your seats back here in the NIP for next Saturday.
Up from there. He's taking a little cat nap in the cat carrier. Never misses a nap assignment.
Hey, and you know you're cool if you can sleep in the middle of, 30, 40,000 people screaming. He's just knocked out. This little carrier right there at center.
Susceptible to laser pointers, but dominates the naps. All right, Zach Long on to blast it away for Bowling Green. It's a 14-point game. We'll try the onside. Eddie George told us he played a lot of that NCAA 13 video game. He'll need a video game miracle finish. Bounces off the hands of a Bearcat, out of bounds. Noah Jennings was the up man.
if you're the Bowling Green defense, you still have 3 timeouts, right? So you want to punch the ball away. We see Dorian Pringle already punch at the ball, but you want to sacrifice punching the ball away and giving up extra yards if the ball carrier continues to turn his legs. So try to get guys down. You still have 3 timeouts.
Tawi Walker is in at running back for Cincinnati. That last drive for the Falcons, 10 plays, 63 yards, 417, the result a 30-yard field goal. Cincinnati looking to put this game on ice with Walker splitting through would-be tacklers down to the 39. A gain of 5 yards. And Bowling Green burns a timeout.
That was actually a nice job by Tyree Walker right there because everything was bottled up inside. He went on the path of an outside zone, so he's able to get outside, get one cut, get downhill, get 4 yards, keeps the Bearcat offense ahead of the chains.
At the Bowling Green 40-yard line.
Cincinnati's churned out 432 yards. Most of it through the air. Yeah. Sorsby was fantastic. 3 touchdowns, no picks, 333 passing. As a team, they averaged 4 yards per carry in this one on the ground.
Which is under what they do, right? We saw that be kind of the facet of their offense last week versus Nebraska. Pryor and Walker had good games, and obviously Sorsby had 96 yards rushing. But it's been the continuity with the pass catch from Sorsby. That's really been the story for the Bearcat offense.
I think if you're Cincinnati, you can be excited about finally opening up the passing game. If you're Bowling Green, you're excited about your rushing defense.
This is a Cincinnati team that ran for over 200 against Nebraska, a top 10 rushing defense from a season ago.
And speaking of that, when we were talking to defensive coordinator Brandon Fisher, he was like, James, if we hold them under 200, we feel pretty good. Well, they've done that and more. The only thing is they've given up some explosive pass plays down the field.
31 for the Bearcats at the 35.
3rd and 1 at the 35-yard line. Cincinnati can snap it with just over a minute to play. Walker stacked up, did not get the first down. Lost a yard on the play. And it's 4th and 2.
It looks like Eddie George is content. Surprised he didn't call timeout after the 2nd down and then after the 3rd down stop right there as well. But it seems like he's content with this game. He's loved how his team has fought. It's like Brandon Sorsby looking at the play clock and the game clock. It's almost identical. He may actually have to take a snap and then just run back 1 step and take a knee because they're almost identical.
Well, Cincinnati will win their home opener. They'll get their first win of the season after losing a close one to Nebraska 20-17 at Arrowhead. They have Northwestern State a week from today before they open Big 12 play after a bye on September 27th at Kansas.
That was a weird turn of events right there, James. I was looking at the game clock and play clock, and they were almost identical. And Satterfield took a timeout with like 17 seconds in the game clock left. Yeah, in the stadium. I know it's maybe wrong on the screen right now, but they were almost identical in the stadium and on the game clock. So my thing is, why not wait until it gets to 1 call timeout, take a snap, take a knee, and the game's over. But it looks like they'll go for it here on 4th down.
Here's the next 5 weeks for Cincinnati, Northwestern State. And then a bye, and then Kansas, Iowa State, and UCF. Walker picks up the first down.
Walker.
With 12 seconds left, a gain of 5 between the tackles. Bowling Green will be a problem in the MAC. They've been to 3 straight bowls. They lost a lot from last year's team with the coaching change. Most of those players departed because they graduated. There's an injured Falcon. and it's Gideon Lamprey, the outside linebacker.
And not only that, James, that's not what you want to see. Lamprey just played really well. But his linebacker, mate, Dorian Pringle started limping on that play too as well. So your Bowling Green fought valiantly. You have to hang your head high, how you came out here and competed and didn't quit and continued to fight. But you don't want to see some of your star players getting banged up on the last play of the game.
Get these guys on the bus. The injury timeout stops the clock, so it's 1st and 10. The clock that's ticking on your screen is the timeout clock. Well, Sorsby finished 1 touchdown pass shy of matching a career high. He was sensational today with 3 touchdowns. Career high is 4 against Texas Tech last year when he threw for 425. He drops to a knee, and that will do it.
Sorsby took a knee in victory.
Cincinnati gets the win, 34-20 over Bowling Green. These teams separated by about 2.